I got impressed, almost enthralled, ecstatic when I saw Luna's work.
They have wonderful primary resources, and you go back to how people have used it in the past.
We prolong the time of existence of all this because it's part of our cultural heritage.
Yung book ni Maximianus Transylvanus na yung sa Voyage ni Magellan.
I'm looking for pictures I've never thought I'd find, and I found them here.
That's what the museum is all about, preserving our heritage.
The Lopez Museum, it's living history.
The Lopez Memorial Museum.
This is a living and breathing institution. Here at the Lopez Museum, Philippine culture continues to evolve through our art, our books, our photographs, maps, artifacts, as well as our exhibitions. Over 600 years of Philippine arts and letters are represented here. But the Lopez Museum is more than just a museum or a library. It is a reflection of ourselves as Filipinos.
Art of the Masters. Artists that broke new ground and set off new movements. Books that define the times. Writings that speak of truths about a land and its people. Letters from a national hero, giving flesh and character to an iconic figure. Maps that chart islands evolving into a republic. And artifacts that defy time and affirm the richness of cultures. Exhibitions that draw from both past and present, on a sustained journey of understanding the boundaries of art, the essence of Filipinohood, and the changing world. Yes, for the past half-century, the Lopez Museum has been all these. But the Lopez Museum of today is also a unique experience for each and every person that walks through its doors. Founded in 1960 by Don Eugenio Lopez Sr., foremost Filipino industrialist, the museum has since evolved into one of the finest in Asia. From scholars to students, from connoisseurs to aficionados, from Filipinos to foreigners, the Lopez Museum has become home to many, continuing to showcase and shape the way Filipinos look at themselves, their country, and their world. It is precisely how Don Eugenio envisioned the museum to be.
I was a big fan from even before, but I didn't know the depth of gratitude that other scholars have had with the institution.
The museum awakened in me the beauty of Filipino art as well as the arts during the Spanish-American era.
Although hindi lahat ng opening na exhibitions ang pupuntahan ko. So, pero yung mga na-witness ko talagang kinikilabutan ako.
The old and new, the masters and the masterful. Today, side by side, in continuing dialogue that paints the story of Philippine art. This is the Lopez Museum Art Collection. Whether it's to gaze at the priceless works of Juan Luna or Felix Resurrección Hidalgo, or to immerse oneself in the obras of Amorsolo or Manansala, or to be captivated by the power of contemporary Philippine artists, or to be enthralled by artifacts from 14th century Philippines, the conclusion is definitive. This collection has depth. From its genesis as the personal art collection of its founder, 5 decades of acquisitions maintain a balance between the public preference and the museum's vision. It is a balance that is daring in its juxtaposition of the past and the present through imaginative and progressive curatorship. 50 years of breaking new grounds again and again.
The library collection is very extensive.
They have made the commitment 50 years ago or even more before it started to collect everything about the Philippines that's been written.
I began to love my own history, my own culture, and we can become prouder now for being a Filipino.
over 19,000 Filipiniana titles spanning centuries. From the earliest book in its collection, the 1524 Demolucis de Insulis by Maximilianus Transilvanus, to the earliest books and manuscripts printed in the Philippines, to its published books on Filipiniana, to the nearly 100 priceless letters of national hero Jose Rizal, the Lopez Library is a veritable treasure trove. Scholars revel in it. Visitors are captivated by it. Beyond the rarity of its collection, it is a library that is living history, spawning even more insightful research and writings on the Philippines.
It's been like 50 years that the Lopez Museum has existed. Our objective is to stabilize the condition, preserve, and if necessary, restore.
Yung pag-digitize nila ng mga materials, sa tingin ko mas efficient, mas effective.
So far, we have the best laboratory.
The Lopez Memorial Museum and Library are gems in this country.
The future for the past. This is at the core of conservation and digitization efforts of the museum. Using technologies of today, what would have been irrevocably lost are now finding new life. Restored masterworks, conserved historical documents, preserved for future generations in digital formats that are easy to access. The museum's Roberto Lopez Conservation Center, one of very few in the country, is at the forefront of preserving Philippine heritage, a testament to its mission of unwavering stewardship.
Well, the museum is really the creation of my father. He was obsessed with the idea of building the finest rare book collection in the country because he loved books very much. He went about it over the years, I would say, collecting maybe for about 20 years. In 1960, built this museum. He loved his country very much and wanted to give a legacy. I think Recto, who inaugurated the museum, put it very well. He says, the Lopez's in this library has established the element of historical continuity in our life.
3 generations of Lopez's, half a century of stewardship, caring for over 600 years of Philippine arts and letters. It is a journey that continues today. A story told through the colors and brushstrokes of its art, through the letters and pages of its books and manuscripts, through the lines and measures of its maps, through the patina of its artifacts, through the high-tech tools of today, through each and every part of a most impressive collection, the story of the Philippines continues to be told, for it has to be told.
Like everyone else, this museum awakened in me my sense of myself as a Filipino. I took it upon myself to make an advocacy out of it, to help Filipinos rediscover themselves, the positive side of being Filipino. You know, because we always hear, every day in the media, we're barraged by negative articles, stories, or essays, or you know, even just swipes at Filipino. You know? Kasi Filipino, kaya ganyan, or whatever. But this museum shows us how noble we are as a people. And it is an embodiment of all the collective efforts of people trying to move towards that ennobling of us as a race, as a country. We'd like to invite everyone to come and visit the Lopez Museum and to experience their own personal history.
History that is alive. History that is lived. Living history. This is the Lopez Memorial Museum.